Alright, we're here with a new commander. Ojer? I don't know. Kaslem, the deepest girth. So, what does it do? It does something very similar to, where's your boy? Vorinclex, where you just sort of try to cheat out creatures, except this is really, really difficult to deal with once it has resolved. You can counter it, but if you don't, killing it doesn't really get you anywhere because you get the land, right? It turns into a land. And then when you have 10 or more permanents, which I believe is the city's blessing, I don't know why they didn't just name it that, but when you get the city's blessing, when you have 10 or more permanents, you can flip this out of land and back into itself. So why do we want a 5-mana 6/5 trample? Well, every time it hits your opponent, you get to look at the top of your deck and put creatures into play, which is pretty cool. So I'm playing 36 creatures and a lot of the big ones. It's mono green, so that isn't like, it doesn't have all this fancy crazy stuff. It just plays big green stuff, right? It's very straightforward. I just really like the idea of this never ever going away. I find that really funny. I'm kind of sad it's not a dinosaur, because there is a new card. There's a mana dork at 1 mana that taps for dinosaur mana, or dinosaur spells, and this is not one. I thought it was for a second, so I got excited, but it isn't. Feels like it should be, but we're still running basically what Vorinclex would look like if Vorinclex was your commander. There are some new cards, like this one, right? It's just a mana dork with some dinosaur value, but I don't really have much dinosaur stuff going on. There's a couple others in here. The Dart Frog, actually. I do like Poison Dart Frog. This card is hilarious. It just sits there. It will probably kill something, right? Like, oh, I don't need it anymore. Now it's just a park removal spell that also has reach. Like, this can hilariously kill Atraxa. I just find that really funny. There is the 1 mana artifact. This is kind of a City's Blessing Matters kind of deck, so you could see how... where are you? This could maybe work here, right? You're just untapping a bunch of permanents because you're trying to get a bunch of permanents in play to flip this. But that's not too difficult. Like, you just have lands that do that, and I don't know if this is the deck for it. It might be a Riz the Redeemed card where you have an army of tokens, like creature tokens, and you do it that way, or like, not treasure tokens, power stone tokens or whatever. Something like that. I don't think this is the deck for it, but I really want to find a spot for this. But yeah, there's not a lot of new cards that I'm excited about, which is unfortunate. But there are some. Like, you kind of have a pseudo second version of the Great Henge in this card, which is cool, right? Just put it in, why not? Some new mana ramp spells. We got a new Rampant Growth, but it's for forests only. Obviously this. And yeah, so there's not a lot of new exciting cards except Cavernous Souls. But I don't know. It seems interesting. Let's see how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's roll. Let us roll. Let's see how it goes. You wouldn't think that would be the case. All right. Well, we keep anything with this. This is Pirates? No, this is the other one. All right. So we have a turn 3 Thick Boy. I mean, I guess it is a pirate. All right. Opponent doesn't want to play. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. We have a 1-drop. We win. We have a 1-drop. Surely our opponent doesn't. Oh, no. Oh, they do. Oh, it's the same one as me, too. Oh, no. We lose. We lose. We lose. You know what? I got a better artwork, though. Oh, I need to add snow forests. For the trillionth time, I forgot to add snow forests. You know, I've been slightly more and more off of Kami and Arboreal Grazer lately. Should I have taken that trade? No, because then I can't play this. Them swinging with the Mystic makes me wonder how important their Mystic is. Oh, that's odd. Like, I don't... Like, why would you ever swing a Mystic when you guarantee Vorinclex this turn? That's really weird to me. I feel like I would never, ever, ever offer the trade. Unless they think mine is just that important. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of is. I don't know. Okay, so only have that. So these two... Yep. I'm not sure if Battlement should be in here. I do like it, though. I'm going to put this on a different color. Because it could matter with cards like... I don't know, stealing a card or something weird happening. I can picture it being relevant. Alright, that's some problem. Well, not really. Actually, yes it is. Yeah, this kills me in like 2 turns. This might be a problem. My commander's not very exciting. I could just play this. And then trade with Questing Beast. I like this just in play. My opponent has a 1-mana spell? Watch it be Veil of Summer. You just watch. Alright, so we get Castle, and there's no reason for Cavern, so... I guess Nykthos? Actually, we'll get Nykthos and Lair instead of Castle. I don't think we really need Castle specifically. I think this is a little bit better. It does mean I don't really want to block and trade so I keep more devotion, but I probably don't have the option. Yeah, let's block you, and then maybe my opponent doesn't have anything to do this turn. 5, 6, 7. Well, shoot. I'm not running that one. I could just commit Sudoku, but probably just not a good idea. Just let him draw. Okay, Vorinclex is pretty nice. Sort of. Well. So I can play you, and then I can naturalize the Palantir. Do I even want my commander? It's a free block. I mean, I have a 5/7. This shuts my opponent down later. It costs more mana. I don't know. I'm just going to do this. There's also an argument that I might be wannabe, yes. I might want to have gained life instead, but I don't know. I didn't. Alright, surely there's no 6, 7, Cratered Hoof, okay. I don't really know what this attack is, but I will gladly trade. Like, if you have a pump spell, fine. That's fine. Alright, so that was the 1-mana spell we knew about. I think that's totally reasonable. My opponent could have flipped Vorinclex, and they didn't. This gets an 8, right? Okay, it draws an 8, so... Cityscape Leveler? Which they cannot cast next turn because they're all tappy-wappied. Oh no, my Nykthos. That's fine. I don't find it too useful, but it was going to be pretty useful. I don't have anything else to get yet. That would have been pretty useful. Well, actually, maybe not. Vorinclex doubles my mana. Maybe I don't actually care about that. Yeah, let's do that. Ah, almost played my land first, too. Okay, again, I don't really need my commander sitting in play. Let's get a 4/4 and gain some life. And then sauce them for 11. Alright, I think we just win now. I cannot imagine they come out of this. They only have 4 mana. 5. I don't see them coming out of this. Yeah, there's probably no way they come out of that. It's way too much. Way too much going on, right? Cool. Oh boy. Alright, we got Cavernous Souls. We can't possibly lose. I would love another land. You know what? I like the Conduit, maybe, against a black deck. It's pretty decent, right? I guess Cavern will name... God? I don't want to. Wait, why is it not... It doesn't just have God in the... That's weird. Okay. It usually puts your commander in the cavernous... Well, it has been. That's odd. Alright. Just looking for a land here. Would love it. Would love it. Ground Seal. Cards and graveyards can't be the top. Okay, that doesn't stop my commander. Alright, I got nothing to do with this. Sure. If I don't draw a land, I at least have a play. Although, again, missing a land drop was probably the worst thing I could have done there. Okay, that's not necessarily pressure. Alright, so we have 5, 6. We have 6 permanents. Our commander is 8. It's so easy to get the City's Blessing. I don't even really need to count. It's just not really something that you don't have. Like, you always get it. It's really easy. Okay, so this has Death Touch. Can I play this in something else? Not really. Alright, let's run this out. We didn't come here not to cast our commander. But if it does die, it could take a second to do things here. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is actually 8. So if I draw a land, I can do this. So I decline. Alright, if I draw a land, Portal to Phyrexia is actually really nice right now. But if I don't, I guess I still have Thorn Mammoth, which is just as fine. Goodly. Sacrifice another artifact or creature, draw only as a sorcery. Okay, my opponent neglected to use it, so I get to use this to kill Shieldred now. Well, I was going to do it regardless, right? It's not like they were going to do this on their own turn for no reason. Surely there's no casualties of war. Okay. I was getting nervous. Ooh, if I saw casualties of war right there. Oh boy, I'd be upset. I would be moderately upset. Sure. Okay. Why not? Sure. Might as well cast it. Wait, doesn't this, like, pick something up out of your graveyard? It does not. Okay, Return to Nature. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. Okay, I will play Vivian and probably plus it. I don't want to just portal with one creature on my opponent's side. And I don't really want to blow up either of these. I don't care about them. I'd rather this not just immediately die. Vorinclex is decent. Is it, though? I mean, it's better than the other options, fine. Although a land is still kind of fine, too. Okay. Everything is fine. We have the slow, grindy cards in play. And Casualties of War is still very spooky. Opponent seems to really, really hate graveyards, which is kind of interesting, seeing how they're... Aren't they, like, graveyard-centric? Where's the top card? Oh, I guess not. That's the other Schmeagle. Still kind of odd to me. But they did put a bunch of creatures in play, so... Oh, wait, what's this? Alright, Portal's good again. Portal's good again. I guess you run cards like this because you're milling your opponent, right? You run Return to Nature and Ground Seal in a deck like this because you're milling your opponent, but it's not part of your strategy. Opponent is wisely realizing that's probably not a good thing, because unless you're actually killing them, you don't want to just simply mill. Because opponents can eat a lot of value out of their own graveyard. Alright, so Portal doesn't target anything this turn cycle, right? Cards and graveyards can't be the targets. Yeah, so I can't use it this turn cycle. I'll have to naturalize with Vivian Reed. My opponent blows it up. They blow it up. I wonder if they were aware of that I actually couldn't use it. Like this specific turn cycle. I mean, if you don't have an answer to Vivian, then yeah, you're going to probably want to deal with that. Because if you don't, it's going to be a uh-oh land here, right? Okay, that's spooky. Bit spooky. This is sorcery only, right? Yep. Alright, I think I would rather... now, Conduit of Ruins does target, so I guess I just do this and just cast the portal again? Because unless my opponent deals with this, I don't really care about playing cards, right? Like, I might as well get value while the value is there. Until it isn't, right? Like, I just do this, and that's just fine. I don't really get much right now, but like I just have Portal now, right? It's just here. I'm not going to swing for 1 with the lair. They could have a removal spell, and I just don't want to deal with that. No, I say no. Alright, they can cast creatures out of their graveyard, so I can't steal them. But they don't really have many things going on. Not really. Shieldred, though, I mean, you either take it or I guess I do, right? They can take the rat? Okay, no, they don't. As I say, they take the rat and then they exile a relevant card. This works too, right? I almost want to take a Nazgul because it has Death Touch. But let's take that. I don't see why I would, like, not take this, right? Okay, so this doubles my mana. I'll have 8 after the fact. I could also play this right now. Do I? I mean, it mills specifically for Portal, so they kind of play into each other. I don't see why not. You. Shoot, did I already play a land? Can I not play a land out of my graveyard? Hey, I can. Huge. Alright, we got a big board. But my opponent does have black cards, and they do have the One Ring. But it's a lot harder for them to use their mana than it was last turn. The One Ring has been a 4-mana draw 6 so far, or is about to be. Okay, this is not that big of a deal. I'm actually kind of surprised they did this before they even chose to tap the One Ring. Yeah, I feel like I would have tapped the One Ring first. I feel. I guess not. Like, this is kind of scary. Put all creatures in all graveyards. Like, that's kind of scary. But not too scary when the Portal is taking everything that's relevant. Making sure I don't, like, give my opponent a bunch of cards. They're also taking, like, what, 14? Actually, they're basic. Are they just dead? If they tap out, they're almost just dead here. Because Lair kills them. Okay, they have a blocker now. Rip. I mean, just gonna take this back. Just gonna take this back real quick. Just gonna do that real quick, skis. Alright, let's do this. Milling is kind of scary with that Shieldred, though. Not gonna lie. Oh, no, never mind. Literally nothing mattered. We just win. Oh, no, we don't. That's not enough damage. That's not enough damage. That is not enough damage. Okay, opponent still was done. This wasn't going to... Like, they had a turn before they got to this anyways. And all of their mana's tapped down because of Vorinclex. And they're also just taking 18. Alright, this guy's got flying, right? 7 mana 5/5. This is the Winota. Or whatever. Another Cavernous Souls. Don't worry. One day we'll have it against a blue deck and it'll matter. Attack. Look at the top 7. Okay. I'm gonna just safely play this. No Mana Tithe, right? Ayy. No Mana Tithe. Get cheated. Mirror Shield. Oh, that's toxic. I'll probably Silverback next turn. These two? Actually, I don't know. Depends what my opponent does. Okay. If I play this... Okay, I actually cannot play anything else, so I'll just play this. I'll be boring. And do I play out my Mana Dorks? I think I'll play one. I will not play the other. Because I want Silverback to blow up something. Sweeper. Come on. You know you want to. Whenever you cast your first spell... Ooh. Okay, no. I'm going to blow up the Mana Rock. I'm not going to blow up the Mirror Shield. I don't really target their stuff anyways. Oh, okay, they're dead. They can't beat the Double Naturalize. Yeah, this is, they had a lot of setup here. I don't know what was going to... I don't know what the big spells that you want to copy with in this specifically, but yeah, this is just a really good board state. My opponent probably isn't answering it. If they have creatures, I have this. If they don't, I just play this, right? I can start finding lands and blow additional things up, but I don't really care about this, right? Again, I don't have any targeted removal. I can't really care about hexproof. Cool. I think it pummeled me into the ground really fast. So let's try to avoid that. Maybe, sort of. We got this. Yep. We're one-dimensional. No thought. Play the glowy card. Don't you target my... Don't do it. Okay. Oh. Alright, that's fine. We just do this then. Or do we do this? Maybe we do this. This is harder to deal with, though, right? If this dies, I'm upset. Yeah, alright. We'll just do the one that, like, doesn't die. And assuming they don't have a sword that they could just magically put on real fast, this is probably fine. Yeah, I'll take, what is this, 6? It's kind of a not great trade for me, but I don't really have a choice. I could have played Nissa. No, it's kind of vulnerable. It wouldn't have been terrible. Like, getting Ulamog the turn after is kind of fine, but I don't know. We could die to this, though. Like, really fast. This does not have reach if they get flying. I imagine there's a fair amount of flying, too, so... Alright, I can't afford to not block, so if you kill this, so be it. I will gladly take the land. I can animate it with Nissa. Move it to the command zone later. Jor Kadeen. Sure. Okay, so we do this. I think I will swing. I'll offer a trade more than I'll play a 6-drop. Okay, it's fine. Let's play a 6-drop. There we go. I've got a bunch of distractions in play, so if Nissa lives, we basically win with Ulamog. They can trade if they play their commander and give that double strike. I will gladly block. Alright, so they want to take the trade. That's fair. I would too. This is 10 times better here. I'll probably exile 2 lands with this Ulamog, and then my opponent will probably just concede. Yeah, I think they're just going to give up here. Can I play this first? 1, 2, 3, 4... I actually can, and I probably will. I could have actually made this even cheaper by animating a land first, but again, I really don't think it matters. My opponent's just going to scoop when I do this. Yep. They'd scoop before I even got to target something. This is a... What is this? I don't know what this is. Someone tell me, what is this? Sun favored, or another dinosaur enters. Discover X, where X is... Okay, so we got dinosaurs mattered. And we have no... no. Okay. Commander seems really cool, though. Gitrog eats toes? How dare you insult Gitrog? How dare you? Alright, as per usual, let's play the one that can't die. And then I play this. And then maybe you just Wormcoil, just to sit there. Wormcoil sitting there is just a problem. So I like it. Wormcoil is a very annoying thing. This looks at the top 5, right? Yep. It's the Ancient Stirrings, but for permanence. Yeah. I've never ran this card. Oh, alright, what is this? We gotta read. We gotta read. We got a chef in the game here. 3-mana 4/3. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you take 4. Oh, that's spicy. Alright, so how do we deal with their commander? Ignore it? We just ignore it? Okay, sure. I love it. I love all of this right now. A lot. It's making me big happy. Okay, we'll just play Wormcoil. Like I said, it's just very annoying. Like, extremely annoying. But my opponent could just go stupid wide on me and I can kind of just die. Oh boy. They can run Zakama, too. This is a Zakama deck, I guess. I mean, it can be. It is a dinosaur. That's not good. That is not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sure. They didn't have to tap that first. Sure. I think my opponent just got, like... They just wanted to double check the math and didn't want to screw themselves over. So they just, like, shocked themselves for no reason. But it makes sense. I can see myself just doing that to not think... I don't think our life totals are super relevant this game. I think we're just kind of... You're just going to lose to getting overwhelmed. No, they ended up mathing it right. They ended up just using the mana anyways. Fair enough. That's not a dinosaur. Get out of here. I had respect for you, then you played Ragavan. And it just... Literally all my respect just flew out the window. Okay, so I want to play this so I can blow up the Great Henge so I don't just lose to value. Although I'm already sort of doing that. Also, I just jacked that up. I should have played this as a land and played this as my spell instead. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, I should have played this as a land. I should have played this as a creature. I did the big dumb. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Who plays that? Who even plays that? Who even plays that card? What are you doing? What is this? You know what? Oh, I've seen this. Hey, wait, this is another naturalize. Come on. What is this? What Come on. Alright, I'm dead. Am I dead? Warren clicks, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're done. Yep, we're done. Opponent played a bunch of, like, draft dinosaurs, and, Where are the blue decks? Where are the blue... Maybe blue is just not a card, a color anymore, because Cavern of Souls exists, and no one wants to play it. I can see that. Oh, don't have the pup. Literally, okay, fine. They don't have the pup. Pup has been avoided. Alright, so it's a matter of, do I use the goose token for mirror, or do I just play this? I probably play the mirror. It is a 2/2 as well. It gives me stats to maybe, like, I'll block this or something. I don't like this mousing over my goose business. Play you or you. I'm gonna play this. I should play this, right? 1, 2, 3. That way, if the mirror dies, yeah, I'm gonna play this. That way, I can't lose all my mana, right? And I can still, if everything lives, do what I want to anyways next turn. I'll probably play Vorinclex unless I draw a land. Actually, do I? Maybe I just play my commander. Maybe I just play my commander, because if it dies, I just sort of rent myself. Right? I think that's fine. What? Okay. Oh, they want to leave out red? Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, whatever that red spell was, it doesn't kill this. I wonder if they wanted to use it to kill one of these, so I couldn't have done that. I feel like they could have. That turn they were debating, I think they have Lightning Bolt or Shock in hand. I think that's what's going on here. They don't swing? I so would have swung there. You draw 3 cards. Or you draw 4, actually. Yeah. No, I would have swung. I would have swung six ways to Sunday. I would have swung. You know what? Let's see what happens when I swing. Because this has trample. If they don't block at all, I can cheat out something stupid right now. We actually haven't triggered this yet. Okay. Oh. Well, not amazing. Alright, Vorin collects. Alright. Well, they didn't swing last turn when I had just a 6-5 as a blocker. So now I have a 6-6 as a blocker. I wonder if they'll swing this time. They just didn't swing last turn. Right? Huntsmaster the Fells? Oh, my favorite werewolf. Oh, I love it. Oh, how I love it. Actually, I have more blockers than last turn. I have more, so yeah, maybe it's less likely that they do stuff. I'm still kind of surprised they're not just alpha striking and sacking things. Like, it just feels like that's something you probably should be doing. Alright, Portal is not very good right now, but it is a perpetually annoying thing. I'll lead with an attack first, actually. It's spots like this where my commander is just so good. Where we're both staring at each other, and I have a 6-5 trample that can never die. It's just so good. Yeah, see, like, my opponent sees they see it. You know, my opponent sees it. Like, we have a game to play here. They can totally trade. Like, I would absolutely trade. Just boom, boom, boom. But, again, it's gonna come back. It's just gonna keep happening. I can literally do it on... Wait, does this come back tapped? Let's look. I actually haven't noticed that. I think it does come back tapped. Yes, it comes back tapped, so I don't get it immediately, right? But it's going to come back, and my opponent can't really do anything. And I also have Portal, so if they do block, 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 and then I play Portal, they're down to one creature, and it's probably going to be Toski. 4, 5. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this. I'm feeling good about the first sliver here. Feeling good. First sliver and Emoti are the two. Like, a Tali feels moderately beatable, but this one and Emoti are the ones that I struggle with when I play, like, you know, not meta decks. When you're not playing what's normally in the meta. The first sliver and Emoti give you serious problems. I don't think you can consistently play against a Tali, it seems. A Tali might just be stronger than those two. And has a higher bracket, which is why I don't see it. Because that one would also kind of be a problem. But I am surprised that they still pit me against this a lot. Okay, so do we want a 6 or do we want a 7? I think we want a 7. Yeah, we just want a 7. It's not really the best 7, though. Not gonna lie. Not really excited about that one. Actually, I'm not excited about that one at all. Primeval Titan would have maybe just been better. I don't know. I surely don't know. Alright, solve the equation for what is essentially the best spell in their deck. It's usually an extra turn. In fact, I've lost to the first sliver like 6 times because it's taken an extra turn on me. Like 3 in a row. Can almost cast this, although it's not super useful right now. World Tree and I guess the Relic. They get Casualties of War. Alright, I guess that blows up 2 mana sources. I guess. It means I'm not playing my... I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this. Ah, oh, come on. I just wanted like one more land, Colossus. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's so bad. Green, green, black, black. Yeah, that's just tragic. Alright, at least we keep our mana dork. At least we keep our mana dork. Yeah, this is as weak as Casualties is gonna get, so I'm not too upset. Not too upset. Alright, so let's play you. Yeah, I'll just run out my cards with text. That isn't just a land, but hitting lands is also moderately okay, I guess. Please don't hit lands. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, we beat that. We beat that part. How many lands do we have in hand here? 1. Whoa, what? Oh, okay. When this dies, I have no idea what happens. It doesn't have a backside, so I don't know. I think it just comes back transformed and then dies immediately because it doesn't have a backside. But I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm going to play this. It's just a matter of what I'm killing. I think I'm actually going to kill you in World Tree and try to mess up their mana. And play this as a land. And there's no attack here. Ulamog is a problem. Whoa, they cycled? They didn't play that as a land. No swords, please. Swords is banned. Uro, okay, a little bit less banned. Actually, no, wait. Uro is just as banned. Uro is just as banned. Never mind. Okay, so they essentially have Omniscience next turn, but they already had like 10 mana. Omniscience is weird. Like, when you already have 10 mana and you're just casting this normally, I don't really like it. And they don't seem to have any combo stuff, so it's just like a weird decision to me. Now, I could play Thorn Mammoth after they block... Okay, they just want to take it. They just want to full stop take it. Wow. Okay. They literally are willing to let me hit them with this. They have no respect for it. That is a bad sign for me, I think. What? Another red-white commander. We are just getting the Boros sauce on our pizza today. Alright. Ulamog is, in fact, not good this time. This is more better. Search your library for an aura or equipment. What do we get? Do we get Hammer because we have the other enchantment? Do we get Sword of Green and X? Sword of Green and X. Not good for me. It is the blue and green one, which is notably very weak, but doesn't matter too much, because protection is obscene and busted. I can never block except with Nissa tokens. No, wait. Nissa turns them green, doesn't it? Oh, she turned him green? Elemental land, haste... No, she doesn't. Okay. I kind of want a 4. Okay, that's not one of the 4s I meant. I did not want that 4 specifically. Okay, this is good news. If this is the only thing they're doing, I'm not really upset. Again, like, milling is... You're just not getting anywhere milling somebody. And the wolf is cool, I guess, but, like, it's just the protection from green that's the problem. Okay, it looks like they have a spell. Okay, that was a really good draw. Does that change anything for me? Even if they have swords, do I, like, still play this? What else am I doing? I'm playing this. I can also play a Manadork next to it. This can distract my opponent's... No, I'm going to play this. They can pretty easily kill Nissa. And if I fade... Yeah, if I fade that, I'm fine. So it looks like swords to plowshares, I would assume, or lightning bolt. Nykthos and Castle or Cavern? I guess I'll take Castle. I don't really think I need Cavernous Souls, just specifically against Mana Tithe when I already have this much mana. Alright, please be a lightning bolt. Nope, it's a swords. It's a very slow swords for some reason. You got it. The Silverback's Perpetual Naturalizes could be useful. What can I do next turn? 4, so 1, 2, 3. So tap, tap. And then untap 6, 5, 7. So here, into here, into here. Boom, boom, boom. This is a good sign. This means they're much lower to the ground than I had anticipated initially. Okay. I guess I could tap the Nykthos. Or I could just do it the way I want it to initially, like this. here. I wonder if my opponent trades if I swing. I feel like they would. And then I can do this. No, wait. I'm going to play this. Yeah, we're just going to play this. Okay. I was one off from doing what I thought I could do. Unfortunate. Do I swing? Nah, we don't swing. I really wish this had reach. A lot of 5/7s have reach in green, which is funny because this doesn't. Okay, what does this do? Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnomes, put a counter on this and then create where X is the counters on this. Okay, sure. Okay, we are happy with this attack. If they don't deal with this Elder, which they didn't, I am pretty happy. It's also 3 to Devotion. So the wolves are adding up. Alright. Let us start spamming creatures to naturalize. I could kill the Life's Bounty as well. I don't know how relevant, or like how much I really care though. 1, 2, 5. Sure. I'm gonna just get a land here. Nothing currently is scaring me enough where I want to not do that. And then I can play Vivian and kill this. Alternatively, I can just not care about it. Green, green. 11. Yeah, I don't really care about the Selfless Spirit. Could be a mistake, but currently not convinced I care. Also, this is a really good draw. Okay. Alright. We're sitting pretty. They have Selfless Spirit. Maybe they have a sweeper or something? Nope. There's another flyer. A flyer that gets naturalized. A naturalizable flyer. You got it. Uh-oh. A naturalizable flyer that kills one of my Planeswalkers. Less good. I would probably kill Vivian Reed. I don't know how relevant my mana is. This also just kills flyers, as is. Yeah, okay, my opponent wisely realizes that. Vivian Reed is way more destructive. Like, I have infinite mana. This doesn't matter. I have infinite mana. Unfortunate that they discovered that. Rather unfortunate. Alright, so we lead with this. See what's on top. I can shuffle with this. Oh, well, don't have to shuffle now, that's for sure. Alright, yeah, my opponent's... It's just too much, right? Like, they didn't kill me. They're interested in... They've shown me interest in killing both my Planeswalkers, which means they're not really going face. I'm perpetually naturalizing over and over. I just randomly found a Vorinclex off the top. I can't cast this because Vorinclex is a forced shuffle. Maybe in, like, 5 years or something, Magic Arena will be a bit cheaper, but as it stands, it's, like, really rough. For free to play. It's like really, really rough. It's like no bueno. No bueno rough. I would have scooped if they played Ragavan. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I guess I'll play Palladium Mirror. I'd rather not, but I don't feel like I have a choice. It's super vulnerable. I kind of expect it to die. Okay, what does my opponent got? My opponent has a spell. Alright, at least I drew something that doesn't die to Lightning Bolt. This still dies to a Braid, but I'm more comfortable with this one. For like 10 different reasons. Alright, Noah Braid. It's pretty huge. Actually, that's quite massive if they don't blow this up. So, could decide the game if they don't deal with it right now. They don't deal with it, so this game just got unyieldingly more difficult for them. They also just straight up didn't have a 2 or 3 drop. Like, just didn't have that as well, so I don't know what's going on in the hand. It wasn't even 2 burn spells to kill a 6/6. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. How do you get this back? You may cast this for exiling 4 other creatures. Sure. No respect. What do you got? What do we have? What deals 4? Alright, nothing. Alright, yeah, this game is probably over. I don't know if my opponent can come out of this. This might just be way too much. I draw 2 here, right? And I'm getting 2 life a turn against like a mono red deck with a slow opener. Yeah, this game is probably over. I'm not going to swing for a couple turns because I don't want to be surprise blasted by something crazy. And I'll have the go wide endgame on my own. I don't really need to... Oh, well, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But with Guardian Project, I'm actually drawing 3 every time I play a creature. Okay, see, this is why we didn't swing. This is why we didn't swing. Because I think we have inevitability. I don't really have to swing. Portal, that's also good. I have so many good options. Let's just do this. I'll do this instead of the Palladium Mirror, actually. Hello? Hello? Oh, well, that's a lot of lands. That's a lot of lands. Hazoret is basically online. Don't really care, though. Alright, see, another reason to not swing. Another reason to not swing. My opponent definitely has a burn spell, and now they'll get the value out of it. Let's see if it was Lightning Bolt or Shock or whatever. Alright, it was an Unholy Heat. That is fair. We knew about that. Or knew about something. But this is not gonna really work out. I don't need a shield token against a red deck. You know what? Let's just do this. I'm just gonna do this. I think that's fine. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Like, they had a slow opener. It just doesn't. Like, that burn spell, they might have kept this hand just because the Unholy Heat could have killed a Mana Dork, right? So we were kind of wise to have played this instead of the Mirror or whatever. Actually, the game would have been categorically different had I played a creature instead of this, right? This is a little sketchy. This is, like, very sketchy, but I'll keep it. It worked last time. It worked last time. Alright. Sketch unsketched. We don't care about our Mana Dork, which is the big thing. Opponent can't kill it. They have not played black. Whoa, that's a new card. Explores once. It sees Blood Pact. My opponent doesn't keep it. Okay. Opponent's doing some weird stuff. I like it. I will not trade for obvious reasons. This is also a... Oh, okay. I was going to say, this is also a graveyard hate card, which is actually hilarious, right? You just have this random Mana Dork that exiles cards, just like the armored Scrap Gorger. Authority? Well, at least we don't care about that one. Let's play the one that has more As a bigger booty, maybe? More cake on it? Something like that? More frosting? Maze Mind's Tome. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. What do we play? Just the Mana Dork? I mean, I have a 5-mana play next turn anyways. So I'll just give myself the option to see more cards. More information is fine, I guess, but this isn't super useful right now. I would have preferred like a ramp spell. Or that. That card on the top of my deck, I would have preferred that as well. Sag. Okay. So I anticipate counter magic. So I will lead with this. Maybe I should have led with this, because that way I can shuffle, and maybe I could have hit a different 2-mana card off the top. Maybe there was logic there. Logic that I refuse to parse out. The Tails End the Stomper trigger, that is insane. That's insane. You can literally Tails End this, and it won't be a land. I have to recast it. I would never do that. I would never ever do that. What does this do? If a creature and opponent die, exile. So all my creatures get exiled instead of dying, which means my commander specifically, when it dies, will not become a land. Sacrifice this, each player. Graveyard draw. Okay. Very well. Alright, so do I leave up Chord of Calling, or do I play this in Chord for 1? This is a must counter threat. Alright, it's a must counter threat. What do you got? You have to deal with this. They do not. Alright, so we will use it to blow up, I guess, this. So they don't draw much more off of it. Yeah, my opponent's doing some wild stuff right now. Okay, you got it. You got it. Opponent is on some crazy, and they don't even. Oh right, they can't. They can't. They paid mana. All right. I don't know if I would ever in a trillion years stifle a Vivian Reed trigger, but my opponent did. They scryed on top too, right? Like they paid 2 to like counter it instead of drawing, and then scryed the card on top. So they actually just didn't get any value off of it. Which is funny. I think I should take the value instead of like plussing first. So I just will see what happens. Again, if I just keep throwing threats at them, they have to do something eventually. Okay, 4/4 and actually shield counter and naturalize. What do you got? Alright, we're paying mana to draw. Fair enough. Again, I'm trying to just make it so my opponent doesn't run ahead. Sacrifice, exile, sure. Not upset with that. Means my commander is back online. The old online skis. Okay, this is the second time Vivian Reed has hit this card, which is really funny. Do I play this? I don't think I do. I have Chorus, so all of my creatures are mana dorks. I don't think I need another one. I just don't think I do. And also the front, this side of it is just good. So I don't feel like I need to play that. If they have a board wipe too, it would just be bad to have played it. Where's Cavernous Souls when I need it? Oh look, they had a sweeper. Alright. Let's exile something random. I guess this thing, because it's the most annoying card. Can stop my commander from coming back over and over. So we end with a 7/7, which is fine. There's no incentive to ever deal with this. Let's start with an attack. I would love Nissa, but I gotta plus my Vivian Reed. There's no way I don't. Maybe I can hit Cavernous Souls. Nope, but another decent enough draw. Yeah. What do you got? Sure. So far, they've had, like, weird counters. Just, like, weird counter spells. No, like, hard counters or anything. And then my opponent goes and plays a Thraben Inspector. Okay, you got it. Esper Sentinel. Oh, well, I don't care about that one, that's for sure. Lair and Nykthos. I could have taken Cavernous Souls, but I don't really need it. I have so much mana, my opponent is just going to get overwhelmed. Excuse me, overwhelmed as the game proceeds. I kind of actually want to land, which is ridiculous, so I just won't. Yeah, it's probably ridiculous to want to land there. Alright, I'm just going to swing. It's on my opponent to sort of deal with the board, so I don't really want to just put more into play, right? I already have this. Do I, like, really need a 2-2? I don't need more mana. Cavernous Souls. Opponent, I'm supposed to have that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, this is not a River's Rebuke. That's nice. It's also not a sweeper. I mean, these have trample, so that kind of makes sense. Let's see how your reaction to me attacking is. Cyclonic Rift? Well, you wouldn't have swung at Vivian Reed. Well, that's unfortunate. I've never seen that card in my life. Literally ever. That's pretty cool, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoop. I like it. Alright, so we'll get Cavernous Souls. We'll probably name God. Probably name God here. I would like my commander to resolve so I can at least never worry about it in the future. I'm going to play this as a land. And what do we do now? More ramp? Or just Beast Whisperer? I'll play this because it's a blocker against a bunch of... Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's right. Oh, the annoying card with text. It's not actually a blocker. It's still ramp, though, because it adds to Nykthos. But, yeah, that was a whoopsie. Alright, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so this was definitely better than Vorinclex, and I noticed that I had so much going on that I didn't really need my commander in every game. Actually, I'm not even sure if I needed it in like half of the games. I went 11-2. Yeah, I went 11-2, and it didn't feel like the games I won, it was even close. Like, I just had so much going on that if my opponent stumbled for a second, it was over. Or if my opponent, you know, if I had Cavernous Souls against a blue deck, it was over, right? I just play this, and then unless they specifically exile it, I will always have this. In any kind of blue-white opponent, they're just gonna... They need Swords to Plowshares at that point, right? Because bouncing it to hand doesn't stop it, it just comes back. So this uncounterable is insane. Maybe so much so that you could run the 1/1 elf that makes green spells uncounterable, and the 2/2 that makes green spells or creature spells uncounterable. The enchantment thing. I don't like Veil of Summer. I still don't advise it, but those two could probably come in here. They're also creatures, right? They could count to all the card draw off of creatures casting, and then like also Silverback would like them too. But I'm not, I don't know, I still don't put them in the top 99. I don't really like those. Like Cavernous Souls is the only one that I like. But I can totally see an argument that you put those in here. Craterhoof not being a good target for this still felt fine, right? I can still tutor for it with Chord and Finality. Like it's still kind of fine to run Craterhoof, in my opinion. Generic big things are just a problem. I mean, even if this just hits a land, you're not too upset. It is pseudo indestructible. We had zero issue getting the City's Blessing. It is so free to do that. You can just do it with lands. But like by the time you would turn this into a creature off of its land side the first time, you're so close to 10 when it dies initially. It's never a problem. It was never a problem. It also likes you to play ramp spells. So if you like ramp, in just playing ramp spells, this loves it because lands count for permanents. They count as permanents. So it was really nice. Conduit was solid. Like, you can play a slow game, right? You are sort of on the bigger end of green. You can just play a slow game. And usually Conduit, I found, is a little rough to get value because you can't play the cards at your hand. But your opponent also has to deal with this or kill you before it matters. And this is the kind of deck that is pretty good at dealing with both of those situations. You could maybe mix and match some, like, there is a lot of redundancy with mana dorks, right? So you can sort of pick which ones you like. I think these are sort of the best among them. You can run a Boreal Grazer and the Kami that play lands from hand turn 1. I'm not super big on those. Same with Explore. Not super big on Explore. Because you have to have... You cannot miss a land drop for those cards to be relevant. And there are quite a few games where you will probably miss a land drop if you're just, like, keeping a 3-land hand. And, you know, you cheat one land out, and then you don't draw one, and then you play one, and then you just don't draw one again, and then you didn't really bonus land yourself with Explore. So I'm kind of off of those. Also, Explore isn't a creature, so it doesn't really work with this. But the fact that this costs 5 is really nice, because I get to run into all of this by the time this would attack before I would have normally just cast these, which is really nice. If this was 6 mana, I wouldn't like it nearly as much, but the fact that it's 5 means it can very reliably hit your 7s and up off the top before you would have just normally cast them, you know, theoretically out of hand or something like that. That's a thing I don't like too much about Vorinclex. I actually, between these two, think this is 10 times better, because not only is this extremely slow to get going, it can just die, and then you have no recourse, which is a problem. Getting 2 forests to your hand is not a great payoff. This is just excellent. It's just, I like this so much. This might be my first mono green commander on paper if I were to ever do that. I think that this is just really, really good. Like, really good. Especially if you're not restricted to just historic. It's like really, really good. Some of these are, again, mix and match. You can just... I had Palaka Worm, actually. You can just add whatever you wanted. I had Palaka Worm in here for 2 seconds, but before I hit, you know, the stream button, I decided not to run it because I think there were better options. Cultivator Colossus did seem to struggle in that is falling under the same logic as Explore a Boreal Grazer, where I'm not having lands in hand, and this doesn't do anything. So this could very well just be something else. Platinum Angel could just be better. There's a bunch of different things that this could be that I would like way more than Cultivator Colossus. I probably won't put this on the list I upload, but everything else is just kind of fine. I really like Vivian Reed for all the abilities. I'm surprised I don't see this card more against green players. It's just the Naturalize is awesome. The Plummet is fine, and then the plus can at the very least hit lands. And then I guess it, you know, I mean, the -8 is just good too. It's just good. A mono green deck likes Nissa, just for the non-creatures, because obviously this can't hit them when it hits your opponent. But yeah, that was all just really solid. I never got the dream of a World Spine Worm off of a Ojer. But it's funny because this didn't feel like my plan A. It felt like something I was doing when I was out of stuff to do. Or it was just the best play, you know, when I got to 5 mana. Which is a really good sign, right? Because this is just good. And if this isn't the thing you go for immediately because you have better things to do, then you're in a really good spot. In a really good spot, which is really nice, right? You always have this as like your maybe last thing to do, and then if your opponent can't deal with that, or they do, they have to keep dealing with it. So I just really like that concept. There were probably a couple games where I might have been able to go for this instead of something else, just to threaten the attack on my opponent, because if you do hit them, you kind of get pseudo Keenan value, right? Which is just so devastating to deal with. We never came across anything that permanently dealt with this. And when we're green, all the auras like pacify Reprobation, they don't really work. You know, you got Naturalizes, you got Boseiju. There's just plenty of ways to avoid that. If your opponent ever plays a board wipe, they just undo it. So it wasn't really a big deal. But yeah, I liked everything in here. I really did. Even the non-creature big stuff. Portal, this might have been the best Portal deck I had ever played. It's in a mono green deck, so it can come out as fast as any deck can allow because you're mono green. And you have a bunch of stuff that if it dies, recurring it is totally fine, right? It's like just solid. Ignoring my opponent's creatures this is the best deck I've probably ever played in Historic Brawl that completely ignores my opponent's creatures. I had no removal. I went 11-2 with no removal. Like, I had no Prey-Upons, just nothing. I'm just overwhelming my opponent, and it's on them to react, which wasn't really the case with Vorinclex, and it wasn't really the case with the dungeon delving Planeswalker. I'm just thinking of mono green. It wasn't really the case even with Vivian Reed. I think I played this as a commander before, a long time ago. So this was just, it just doesn't care, which I really, really liked. So let me know what you think about this commander. If you got ideas for it to make it better, more betterer, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and if I don't see you guys before Thanksgiving, have a good Thanksgiving, if that is the thing you're about. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.